up, everybody, and welcome to the All-NBA podcast powered by FanDuel. Get started today with 150 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet at FanDuel.com/All-NBA. All right, here we are on the Summer League court. You just got done watching Cooper Flagg. I didn't get to catch it, so you got to fill me in. What happened?
Well, all right, so first, I thought beginning of the game, I definitely felt you could see some butterflies, as you would expect. The guy wanted to play well, play hard, number one pick. And he struggled early with a couple of shots that were really way off. Then he got a breakaway dunk. He had a mid-range shot. You started to see some of the defense and the playmaking. The rest of the first half, I thought pretty well. Could not make a shot in the second half. I think at the end of the day, it was just his perimeter shooting was off. His mid-range was contested all over the floor, and everything he shot from deep, he didn't hit. So he had a 5 for 21 shooting night. He said it was the worst game he's ever played in his life. I think I would describe it this way. You saw enough of the boxes that he checks and what he does to understand this guy is an incredibly versatile, dynamic player. He just had a rough shooting night. And I do think, Adam, I think the shooting component for him will be the last thing to arrive at the NBA level. Because I don't think he's got great mechanics on his release. The ball has a sideways rotation, so it's not natural or pure. And everything is contested at a higher rate at this level. But the ball handling, the playmaking, the defense, the athleticism, the strength, and the competitiveness, all of that was there, and that's what we were expecting to see.
Well, tell me about the shot real quick, because to rebuild a shot seems complicated. So is this a thing he's going to have to go step by step and rebuild this, or is it like little things along the way?
Well, I can demonstrate it. Basically, you know, when I teach shooting, and I've taught a lot of people over the years, like when you're finishing a shot off, right, that ball's coming off your hand, those fingers are finishing by coming straight down toward the floor. I used to tell some younger players I coach, imagine you're like literally driving a nail into the floor. You want to finish this way, right? He, on the point of release, his hand turns like this. His fingertips point this direction on the release. As a result, the ball comes off this side of his hand, so it's got a sideways rotation, and it's so obvious because it's a slow rotation too. So it's just not coming off of these two fingers at the end of his shot in a straight line toward the rim. And you could see it very clearly. I've never seen him in person. I could see it from behind him. As soon as it came off his hand, you could see that it was not going in because the flight path was different. So to me, is that an easy thing to fix? To stop turning your wrist at the end of it? I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. He's only 18 years old, but they've got to see the same things that I'm seeing. And it's nitpicking the number one pick and a guy that's going to be, you know, he might be a Hall of Famer. He might be an MVP one day, who knows? But
the shot matters.
That is, I think, something for me that he absolutely has to get a hold of, because he's going to be a high 20s, low 30% three-point shooter at the NBA level if he doesn't.
First, let me tell you guys about the Hall of Fame app. Have you ever been one leg away from hitting a massive parlay? You would have won, but one thing ruined it, and maybe after it happened, you looked back and you were like, I knew Miles Turner wasn't going to rebound against this guy. Why did I take the over? Well, now the Hall of Fame app provides you real insights, statistical insights on recent trends around the league you want to bet on, so that you can very quickly sort through different details as you're putting together a parlay and say, what are the trends, recent 5-game trends, 10-game trends against this opponent trends? And it'll give you a whole bunch of data so that you can make informed decisions. It's really, really helpful when you're trying to make bets, especially if you have some familiarity with the team, but you might miss something in the data. That is why it was put together by a bunch of Ivy League graduates who happen to be huge sports fans. You get a leg up on your parlay using historical data. It's got a 4.9 rated rating on the App Store and over 6,000 5-star reviews. That's very hard to do. It's safe to say the Hall of Fame app has already helped a lot of people become a winner. And if you're betting on sports and not using the Hall of Fame app, that's just leaving money on the table. For a limited time only, our listeners not only get a 7-day free trial, but they also get 50% off of their first month when they use the code ALLNBA at checkout. Just download the Hall of Fame app on iOS or Android and visit halloffame.com and enter the code ALLNBA, and you're all set. Also want to tell you guys about FanDuel. It's baseball season. You can get in on the baseball action by hopping on FanDuel. Once the game starts, that's when things get interesting. You can combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big. You don't have to get your bet in before the game starts. You can make a parlay during the game. All of the lines will be updated for you, So even if you come in the third, fourth inning, you could sit down and get in on the action and watch the end of the game. If you don't already have a FanDuel account, it's not too late. You can get started with $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Just visit FanDuel.com/AllNBA to join today. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. That's 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit Gambling Helpline MA or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Yeah, but you mentioned all the other things that he does, and I caught the first half. I didn't catch the second half. The one thing that's so obvious is he's such a competitor. And we saw this was billed as the Bronny versus Cooper Flagg matchup, but they did match up a handful of times, and he was up for it every single time.
They did. They had a cool moment, actually, and Bronny got the better of it. It was pretty cool sequence. So he tried to back Bronny down into the post, and Bronny James added some muscle.
He held his ground.
He absolutely did. He didn't give ground. And Cooper's a strong dude, and he was hitting him with his shoulder into his chest, and he was just not giving ground. And eventually, he poked the ball away from behind, and they called a foul on Bronny.
Ticky-tack.
And everybody's sitting here on the side. I couldn't even see who all it was. Bunch of dudes stood up, and they were chirping. And the very next inbounds, Cooper Flagg just decided, you know what, I'm not going to try to back him down. I'm just going to try to shoot over him. And he shot like an 18-foot turnaround jumper on the wing, and he made it. And he turned, and he had some words for that crew that was here on the sideline that was giving him a hard time. So, yes, it was billed as that. And for the Lakers, obviously, people wanted to see that. Bronny James looked more comfortable to me. He didn't have a great night, but he definitely looked more sure of himself, and he looked stronger. And a year of playing professional basketball will do that. And he had a really good run in the G League. So he's got to feel much better than he did a year ago in this setting, when I was like, really, I felt bad for him here last year, because I had to think, how overwhelming is this for him in this setting and a packed house watching him. He looked different, and he didn't have big numbers or anything, but he definitely looked more comfortable. And he had a 3-point attempt at the end of the game, an isolation situation. He makes the 3, they win the game. It was a big moment. He didn't get it to go, and the Mavericks get the win.
Well, I love that you pointed out that moment of him hollering. It was actually right at this bench right here where he's hollering at somebody, because that's kind of what I love about him. He's a gamer, and he kind of takes those challenges, and you saw that tonight. You saw the athleticism. He almost got it. He tried to – I like when guys try to dunk on somebody. I don't think he had a chance at it. He got close, but it was –
I'll tell you what, he got closer than I thought. And when
he got closer than I thought,
when they showed the replay, his left foot, the last thing to leave the ground, was straddling the dotted hash.
Yeah.
That's where he jumped from, and I don't remember who the defender was, but it was not even Coloco. I don't remember. There was a lot of length at the rim, and he just kept going, and he missed it. Yeah, I do love that about him, and I think also how tough he was being on himself. That's a great sign, man. Yeah. That's a dude. He wants to be great. He's got a ton of want to. A lot of intensity about his game. He's also a very good defensive commuter. I think of everything, what I was most impressed with was how much he handled the ball against smaller players with an incredible amount of ball pressure, and he had one turnover, and that was very late in the game. And, I mean, he saw it up the floor the entire night, and he had to be exhausted. He hasn't played a meaningful game since April. And he played 30-something minutes in this game, which also, by the way, you never see.
Yeah.
Top picks don't play 30 minutes in summer league games in Vegas, which makes me worried about Saturday, because we have his game Saturday, and we're really hoping it's against Dylan Harper.
Right.
You're hoping you get that. I'm wondering, did they play him that much tonight, thinking that they're not going to see him very much the rest of the way? I hope not.
Well, you speak, no Dylan Harper, no VJ Epchcombe, so that game was the nightcap tonight. A little bit of a disappointment, but some guys impressed you.
Well, David Jones-Garcia, top of the list. I mean, he's been putting up numbers for the Spurs in their first few games they played before they came to Vegas. It's like 20-plus pretty much every night. So I was very intrigued, and I watched a lot of film on him because of it. I'm like, man, this guy's really doing it efficiently too. There's no way that guy's not in an NBA rotation this year coming up, scoring at the NBA level. It was that easy for him. He's about they list him at 6'6". I don't think he is. I think he's about 6'4", 6'5". Very, very, very sure of himself with the ball, even with the guy right in front of his face. Shoots the 3 deep. He's got mid-range, and he's very strong when he drives to the rim. and he didn't disappoint. I was excited to see him more than anybody else in the game, and he had 22 points in 13 minutes in the first half, and he could have had 30 if he pushed himself. And the game got so out of control, he barely played in the second half.
Yeah.
Or he would have been pushing Anthony Morrow's record, 47, he had back in 2009. Jonesy and I were talking about that at halftime. He might be going for the record tonight. Unfortunately, it was a 40-point game in the second half, and we never got to see him.
Well, there you go. It's the first night here at Las Vegas Summer League. We got more for you, but appreciate you tuning in.